Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Another week, another episode.
Wait, what did you say?
They thought he was dead. They forgot about the Bloodstone.
An innocent corrupted.
This poor child has been ravaged by a vampire.
Please, kill me.
A creature of pure evil.
Riding Vladislas is a figment of folklore.
He has pursued her relentlessly.
There's my child.
What brings you to Bucharest, Master?
Vengeance.
He'll find me.
She has fought him for her humanity.
I'm your master. You cannot deny me.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review and thoughts on the fourth and final Subspecies film, not including the spinoff, Bloodstorm.
Now, they will face each other one last time to decide who will possess her soul.
Let there be a bloodbath.
We must destroy him, Master.
Subspecies 4.
You're mine forevermore.
Bloodstorm.
Once again directed by Ted Nicolaou and starring Anders Hove as Radu, as well as Denise Duff, along with Jonathon Morris from the spin-off Vampire Journals, as well as Mahid Dinevil. So yeah, I've done videos on each of the Subspecies films, including Vampire Journals, just a few days ago. And if you guys have been keeping up, I've actually been enjoying these films. You know, they may be low budget, some of the acting may not be the best, at least from the supporting cast. But there's something really endearing, I think, about Anders Hove's Radu. You know, I honestly think he could be like an unsung sort of classic horror character if it had been given a bigger spotlight. You know, he's very interesting to watch, very intricate. You know, his mannerisms, like some of the best horror character actors out there, I think. So I've enjoyed following the story for what it is, and I've also increasingly liked Denise Duff's Michelle. My favorite film is still probably the third one, which is excuse me, which is Bloodlust. But I was excited and kind of nervous to see how they would wrap up with this final film here. And for the most part, I liked it, but was definitely mixed on a couple things. had some issues with it. But first off, let me talk about the premise. Vampire fledgling Michelle has escaped the grasp of her vampire master, Radu Vladislas. Found by a woman named Anna, she is taken to a hospital where a doctor claims to be able to cure her vampirism. Radu, recovering from the near-death delivered by Michelle and her friends, travels to Bucharest. But yeah, I probably just butchered that name. To follow his fledgling. He visits the vampire Ash's stronghold. Ash and his protege Serana plot to destroy Radu and employ the help of the humans, Anna and the doctor. So yeah, connecting the Ash character from the spin-out film Vampire Journals, and right away I was kind of interested in that aspect of it, because Ash is, you know, kind of the antagonist of the Vampire Journals, and we know that Radu is actually his master originally. But of course, with Radu's return, that threatens the control and power Ash has gained, so he schemes to sort of find a way to eliminate him from behind the scenes. And that's the part I was most eager about. I was excited to see Radu, you know, thwart their plans and then, you know, probably kill Ash and Serana and stuff like that. But that brings me to my first question. They don't really follow through with that too much. I mean, they keep saying over and over, you know, that a master can't kill his protege or whatever, or the protege can't kill the master or something. But you always felt like it was going to be pushed to a point where they were going to get physical with each other, and then Radu would brutally kill him or something like that. But nothing ever happens directly. There's no confrontation. They tease it, but there's nothing on that end, which I found fairly disappointing. So that end, I was a bit let down. But as far as the rest of it, again, I still like... sorry about that. I still like Denise Duff's Michelle. You know, I think she, again, just did better than the original actress in the first film. I don't even think of the original actress anymore. I do like Denise Duff as sort of our central character in her journey as a vampire. And her bond with Radu, that's sort of been formed. Yeah, I like some of the dialogue they had in the third film especially. So I was eager to see how their dynamic was going to play out. But it gets a bit more straightforward. Unfortunately, the ending sort of feels repetitive, a little bit redundant to me. Because basically every Subspecies movie ends with Radu dying, or like the third film, sort of, but not really. So the fact that he just dies, you know, with the whole decapitation thing because of Michelle, you know, cutting his throat. I don't know, I wish they would have done something else, done something more unique with it being the final film in the series. Like, for me, I would appreciate the story more if Radu and Michelle actually ended up together. Maybe, yeah, Michelle could have been under control, but maybe she finally seen that despair and sort of this eternal loneliness that Radu has, no matter how sinister he is. So I preferred a more sort of ballsy ending, or less straightforward type of thing, which I think they had potential for after the third one especially. But it just doesn't do it, doesn't go for it. But there's still some of it I like. Of course, Anders Hove's Radu, again, I just really like him. I think he deserves more recognition. And there is a moment here where Michelle actually does help Radu, but then there's a lot of flip-flopping throughout the movie, and even when you think she's finally his, she somehow regains control again and just sort of tosses aside any weird bond they might have had. It felt a bit disjointed on that end too. As far as the Doctor, of course, there's a reveal in this movie with just how into these vampire connections he is, and that was alright. I found the guy's performance to be a bit over the top. He was definitely campy in a somewhat campy series, but he felt a bit much for me at times. He was a little awkward, and I think there is a bit too much time spent on him, Anna, and Michelle at the institute here, the hospital, whatever it is. But again, I like the Radu and Ash sort of maneuvering with each other. Their first scene together where Radu sort of comes into his main room, or sort of throne room, and he's just, you know, kind of curdling blood and everything. It's pretty cool, but again, they don't really do anything with it in the end. Radu is killed by Michelle with the help of Anna, essentially, and Ash and Serana are never to be seen again when they're warded off by the sun after an old woman opens the crypt. So, and Michelle is carried off in a black body bag, you know, to protect her. I don't know, they did just make a sequel comic, I guess, a whole volume of it. It was just released this year, so I am kind of curious to check that out. But again, I will be disappointed if one of these Radu incarnations doesn't kill Ash in the opening of the story or something. Because I think at this point, after this direct betrayal, Radu would be willing to just butcher him. And I thought that's what was going to happen in this movie, but nothing happens on that end. But it was pretty satisfying to see Radu make the sort of arrogant, sort of obsessive doctor think that he was going to get a drop of the Bloodstone, and Radu just ends up decapitating him from behind, and that was cool. So that's the one pretty satisfying part of the movie. And again, I still do like the presence of Anders Hove's Radu. It was great to see one final film with him. I'd be curious to see if Full Moon would do these movies again. I don't know if I'd say reboot, or maybe bring Anders Hove's Radu back in some way if he's still willing to do it. I'm not sure, but I think these films still do deserve more attention. I credit them to sort of being like an old school, atmospheric, horror type movie, and yeah, so still check them out if you can. Bit mixed on its final entry, but there's still some stuff to like about it. So overall, if I had to rate it, not entirely sure yet actually, but if I had to, I'm thinking around a B-. I don't want to put it any lower than that because I still just do really love Radu. So yeah, I don't know what you guys thought about this one, the Subspecies series overall. Have you read the comic? How is it without spoilers? So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.